until you squirt.
Went right for that ass.
Threw his ass off screen. Oh, it's just these surprising outbursts of violence that happen, man.
You know, the hours are just not conducive to the challenges of raising a child.
Everyone, tickets are finally on sale for the Double Toasted 11th year anniversary party, July 18th to the 20th. Get your tickets by going to Double Toasted 11th year anniversary party. Got my show coming up in New York. A night of sit-down comedy back at the Broadway Comedy Club. That's going to be June 27th. That's a Friday, 9:30 p.m. You can get your tickets by going to doubletoastedny.com. Retro review for you for Lilo and Stitch. People, they love the Lilo. They love the Stitch. Mm-hmm. People have been very excited for this discussion right here. So watch yourself, Julie.
I will.
Sacred to some people, all right?
I know.
All right. Now, listen, I think this will be fun to talk about.
No, it will be.
It's been a long time. This is what's great about the retro reviews. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie, and going back and watching it has been a real treat. It's been a real pleasure. And
because it's like the first time you've seen it, because it's been so long.
It really is. It really is. It's been about 10 years since I've watched it just playing on TV.
Yeah, same.
Maybe more. I don't know. But we're going to talk about it right now. Feel like I'm watching it with fresh eyes again. And jumping into this, I just want to say, now this is a retro review, so we don't have to tease you or anything like that. I love this movie. And I like it so much. I love it so much because it's one of those unconventional movies for Disney.
Very much.
It's not a formulaic fairy tale or princess story.
No.
And that kind of approach to Disney movies has led to some of my favorite movies from Disney. Love The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, that is such a good one.
Yeah. And Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph is something that's a little more modern, a little more edgy. And I like it when they get away from that fairy tale formula. Even though I respect when they do it right. Beauty and the Beast, one of my all-time favorite movies.
It's an amazing film.
No, it's an amazing film. But that approach has also not worked so well for Disney.
Not every time. No.
Not every time, especially when they try to do sci-fi. And these attempts I appreciate. But Treasure Planet, really like that movie, man. But it was something that did not do too well. The box office was not well received by audiences out there. And again, I admire the effort, but Atlantis, The Lost Empire, cult classic with a lot of people out there.
I think both of those movies.
Both of them are. I love Treasure Planet. Have you ever seen Treasure Planet?
I don't know if I've seen either of those.
Man, Treasure Planet and also Atlantis, The Lost Empire. But
they are similar.
Yeah. No, but man, Treasure Planet has, well, if you watch the movie, they got very different designs.
Yeah, it's just like when you put them side by side, it's like, wait, this is two different things.
Well, yeah, they do that with posters so they can sell. But man, Treasure Planet has some really great designs in it. Has some great animation. It has some great ideas, but just as a whole, like the story just didn't hit with people. So I can see why they would not try this too often, especially with something that happened recently, because those two movies are definitely considered classics compared to the latest attempt at sci-fi that Disney did, which is Strange Planet. Strange World.
Yeah,
Strange World.
All about that movie.
Everybody forgot about that movie.
And you want to talk about? I mean, I guess it's Pixar, but that's still Disney. The what's it called? That Buzz Lightyear movie they did.
Oh yeah,
that movie stunk.
Yeah, and that's Pixie, but I mean Pixie. That's Pixar. You can see what's on my mind, right?
It makes sense why that movie's like that. She made
it. Yeah. Those movies perform like she looks right now. but yeah, they've had their missteps. But Disney found great success in sci-fi with this classic right here that we're about to talk about.
Fascinating, isn't it?
So, Stitch, I don't really have to tell a lot of people about the story here, but we'll just do it just to be professional. So, Stitch is an experiment done pretty much by a mad scientist alien somewhere, galaxy far, far away, and he was designed just to be destructive.
Mm-hmm.
He was designed to be vile. He was designed to be pretty much a little evil creature, just a little gremlin. Not an ounce of goodness in him. He was just made to be just an asshole.
Yeah.
Just because that guy could make him.
Yeah, it's the
Jumba.
It's the kid-friendly version of he was designed to kill.
Yeah, pretty much. And he escapes being taken to what do you call, not solitude, but being taken to exile.
Yes.
He escapes being taken to exile, lands on Earth, in all places, Hawaii, and finds something worse than him. Lilo.
Almost as dangerous.
And almost as dangerous. Probably more. Lilo, who's a little girl, they get along just perfect because they're both little pains in the ass. They're both destructive. They both just bad. Just bad. And throughout the movie, though, we learn to like them because we might even learn to love them because they also learn the value of not only being good to themselves, being good to each other, but the value of family.
Mm-hmm.
Before
Ohana, if you will.
Ohana, that's right, means
Family.
Yes. Before Vin Diesel, who's out there throwing that family around,
Co-opted that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, before Vin Diesel and that damn wife beater were out there talking about family, there was Lilo and Stitch. So this was both a critical and a box office success.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I remember, like, when you played the trailer, I was like, I remember when I was a kid going, punch puzzle. Like, I remember that being a thing that people were saying to each other.
No, it was a big success for them. And like I said, both critical and financial. Of course, they just want the finance. They just want the money. But a lot of people love this movie, man.
Oh, I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if the merchandise has surpassed how much the movie has made. Because I see people all the time with backpacks, T-shirts, hoodies, all the time.
Oh, man, Stitch. Well, Lilo and Stitch. But Stitch is right up there, man, with some of their best marketing.
Mm-hmm.
This went on to have, I think, 60-something episodes of a TV show.
Yeah.
Spun off an anime, as you said. Some video games. Oh, yeah. This some straight to DVD movies. I think there was a Leroy and Stitch.
Yeah, there were 3 of them.
Yeah.
Stitch the movie, Stitch 2, or Lilo and Stitch 2, and Leroy and Stitch.
And the TV show was pretty good. I remember when it was on.
It had a great hook.
Yeah.
Like, because he's experiment 626. What about the other 625 experiments?
Yeah, man. No, it was something that it endured. It continues to endure. We're getting a live action remake. And it's funny because even some of the people who are the hardest on the live action remakes are looking at this and saying, this would be pretty good.
Especially knowing that the director, Marcel the Shell, is working on it. That is a great stamp of approval.
Yeah. So needless to say, Lilo has some enduring power. Lilo and Stitch has some enduring power. And, we're going to look at why that is. We're going to sit back and talk about what's the secret behind the success of this movie where, as we said, some of these other sci-fi attempts where they failed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about this and chime in. And I know, and we were talking before we started. You make some great points. So I'll just say, let me just go through the roadmap I have right here. And then that way, when you get to the things you want to talk about, I can cue those things up easily and whatnot. Because you did bring up some things that I think I might have missed, which is the beauty of having 2 or more people do something like this. So one of the reasons why I think that this movie works so well is because I think that they found the perfect combination and balance or whatever between edgy sci-fi, absurd comedy, wild comedy, sometimes even mean-spirited humor. But in the tradition of Disney, this movie has a lot of heart. And, they've been able to also make this, besides all the things I described, it's also a cute family film.
Yeah, and for a Disney movie, it's surprising that it definitely has this feeling of like it's not pulling any punches.
Yeah,
like if they want to do something, they will say it or they will do it.
Well, this is something, and and I don't mind disagreeing with you on this. It's not like I'm saying you're wrong. I respect your opinion because I think you were a little hard on the animation.
Yeah,
but I think that there's a lot of care taken to make this very kid friendly and very kid-friendly sci-fi. And I think that has a lot to do with the character designs. The director, and y'all tell me who the director is. One of the directors, two directors here, but one of the directors, this is based on his drawing style.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was looking at this, Chris Sanders. So this is based on Chris Sanders' drawing style. And everything is designed to be round. Everything is soft. There's hardly any any sharp edges to anything here. You know, they were very careful to make this something that seemed like it was, it was just something that was like very mushy in a way, and that's cool.
Yeah, very like easy on the eyes. No harsh, sharp angles or anything like that.
Even Stitch's teeth, which are just fangs, you notice that they're a little rounded at the end.
Yeah.
So he doesn't look too scary, nothing too sharp in his mouth right there. He's not like a velociraptor or something. No. So, I think they've taken great care of the design to make this very kid-friendly, very soft looking. But that didn't take away from any kind of edge that the movie does have.
There is a little bit of adult humor in there where I was like, that's kind of a penis joke you guys just did there.
Yeah. And also I think that, even with some of the designs of the aliens, if you notice in the beginning, even the aliens are designed to be cute because a lot of them look like cute little fuzzy animals.
I want an expert on this planet in here now.
Water. Most of the planet is covered.
He won't survive in water. His molecular density is too great.
Look at these. Like they're all a mixture of some kind of animal, man. They look like wuzzles or something.
They look like knockoff Ninja Turtle characters or something.
We got a rhino with a dolphin for a nose, a dolphin tail.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a weird hippo or something.
We got high-ass Tony the Tiger right here. A
weird-ass shark or whale or something.
I don't know. But they're all a combination of different animals, and they're all designed to be very cute looking, But they're also pretty original designs too. But like I said, man, they're designed like toys. Even the ships in here and the guns and whatnot, they're designed to look like Nerf guns or ships for like action figures or something.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think it's designed to like sell toys. It's designed to appeal to kids.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But also there's a lot in the opening that shows why that this works so well. Because it doesn't feel restrained by any kind of demographic targeting.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, it does seem like that. Like if you went into this and didn't know that much about it at the beginning, it would seem like it's a movie probably targeted towards boys.
Yeah.
Because when you go to the beginning of the movie, you see cool creatures, robots, and you got this big character right here who looks like an action figure for boys right there. And, you got, Stitch alone. I mean, he's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cute, small little monster, but he's a monster. And when you get him, it even seems like it has a naughty or bad boy sense of humor.
Something inside you that is good.
Man, that is a great gag. The robot throwing up.
Yeah, the nuts and bolts.
Yeah, that's an amazing gag right there, man. But in the beginning, you see that. You see the creatures. You see that big hulking character. Again, looks like something for boys. And then you get a lot of cool things that seem like it would, again, appeal to a male or a boy demographic. A lot of guns in here.
Oh, lots.
For a Disney film that's meant for kids, a lot of gun action in here. I thought they killed his ass in the beginning because that'd been a long time I've seen. I said, no, they didn't. But just for a second, I thought they got him.
No, they don't really kill people, but they beat the shit out of them.
Oh, they do. I thought they blew his ass. I thought they melted him.
Damn, and that looks like blood.
Yeah. So, I thought they got him. They didn't, of course. But just the fact that they have guns in there, that's not something that's meant for a female demographic. It's meant for something that little boys would probably like. Now, mostly. That's what we're taught to think. I'm not trying to stereotype. I'm trying to say that these are the rules.
No, you're thinking like an executive, someone behind a desk.
Thank you. Exactly, man. Man, the spaceship battles in here. Again, meant to be on the more family-friendly side, but still pretty exciting and still something that it seemed like it would be more for little boys out there. You know, that's the movie's Star Wars, Star Trek moment right there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and again, for a family film, pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty fun. That's when, of course, Lilo escapes from the
Stitch.
God, I keep getting them. When Stitch, thank you. Because if you weren't here, I'd be talking about Lilo all the Lilo be doing everything in this movie. Stitch, that's when he escapes from the Galactic Police Federation or whatever. Just a little aside here, the movie, in the beginning, in addition to trying to throw you off as to who this movie's meant for, what group it's meant for, to setting up kind of the edginess of the film, also sets up how this movie, and this is what I love about this film, how it just embraces its silliness.
Absolutely.
Immediately. And when I say silly, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, because we've already seen some clever gags, but man, there's just nonsense things that happen. And I laughed out loud so many times at just sight gags when his name Jumba.
Yeah.
When he's reading the paper in his cell because he gets arrested for creating Stitch. Yeah. He's reading the paper in his cell and it says, "Idiot scientist jail." That's the headline. Yeah. They just called his ass stupid. And when he reads it, of course he gets angry, but when he gets angry, I'm already laughing at this headline right here. But then I'm laughing at what he does. He's eating them. What? He's eating a newspaper. They don't explain why. They don't give a reason. He just starts eating the newspaper, man.
Always has one eye on a piece of paper floating. That's so funny looking.
Oh, that is cool. Like he has one eye closed, one eye's on. He has one eye on the paper, one eye closed because apparently that paper tastes that good, and he got one eye on the people coming to talk to him in the cell. Yeah. But that was, I mean, yeah, I get it, he's pissed off, but why is he just eating the newspaper? You know,
it's funny.
But no, that's right. It's funny. I just think that so this is one of those movies where I think the animators and the writers worked together and they just weren't restrained by anything, man.
No, not at all. Like there's a lot of stuff that would be considered like childish humor, like, you know, boogers and stuff, but they're so slick with the way that it's animated. It's charming.
Yeah. Just somebody said just pure rage that he just eating the newspaper. But I think the animators and the writers had this thing together where it's like, man, it would be fun if he did this. Oh yeah, you know, it'd be fun to animate that. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, let's do it. And they take it out. But man, I love that. And that's the beauty of this movie, man, for me. It made me laugh out loud so many times, just from visuals.
Yeah, the first half had me laughing my ass off. I couldn't remember like that it was that funny.
Yeah. And the guy that voiced Jumba right here, man, that is voiced by the late, great David Ogden Stiers, man. He's dead now, unfortunately, passed a few years ago. Some of your parents, grandparents out there, you might remember this guy from also MASH, very young in MASH right there. Was also balding very young, as you can see. One of those dudes who was never young in his life. But yeah, he did the voice, man. And he was pretty well known back in the 70s.
I mean, his performance is very iconic. It's great.
Oh, he did a lot of voices for Disney, a lot of stuff for Disney. And sometimes he might have done, correct me if I'm wrong, he might have done two voices in one film.
Oh,
but
yeah.
He did a lot of voice work later on in life, man. And you're right, iconic voice work here. So you heard me kept saying, this is for boys. This is for boys. This is for boys because we got monsters, robots, spaceships, guns, lasers, space battles. Stitch goes in the warp drive, leaves the scene, and then we jump to suddenly this becomes Lilo's story, a little Hawaiian girl. And then we cut to her dancing at her recital and our rehearsal for her recital. And from this moment on, you know, this is where Lilo takes over. And this is what I love about this movie too. This is not a movie, as I said, that's restrained by, we got to make this either for boys or for girls. You know, they just made a movie that was fun. Yeah. And we didn't, and let me just say this. A lot of those things that we love to these labels that we love to apply to these kids, these compartments that we like to put them into, a lot of times they don't care. Girls love to see space battles just as much as boys.
Mhm.
Boys don't mind watching a movie about a little girl as long as it's interesting and it's funny.
Yeah, and also I think the music in this movie really elevates it as a whole because it's, I don't know, jarring isn't the right word, but when they fade up like the water and it starts playing this Hawaiian music, it's like, wow, what a strong identity for a movie to come out with.
I think that's true because we just come from a space battle and then all of a sudden we're in Hawaii
Mhm.
and we're hearing Hawaiian music
Mhm.
and it's it's probably, shock might be a harsh word, but it is definitely a big jump from something drastically different.
Yeah, it's a shift.
Yeah. At this point with Lilo, it's become such, if you want to put it this way, a girl's movie. And if you want to go by demographics, that we even talking about dolls now.
Yeah, it's about bitches because she like to dance.
Yeah. Well, she also was playing with dolls right
Yeah,
here,
that's
man.
right.
And it's setting up a lot of things. And it's not meant to be something that's for girls or anything like that. It's all just about storytelling.
Yeah, it's about a story about a kid that feels very relatable.
Yeah. It's setting up, when we get to this scene about her talking about dolls, it's setting up about how very much Lilo is lonely in her life and how she has no friends and because people don't want to be around her.
If you have rabies, the dog catcher are gonna have them. Are you gonna play dolls? You don't have a doll.
I love that scene right there. They have so much disdain for her. They're not even trying to hide that they don't want to be around her. Like she saw the dolls and they're already putting it behind their back. It's not because we're trying to hide. It's a way of saying we just don't like you.
Yeah,
Very strong. Yeah, somebody said bitch. She is, man. I don't know that girl's name, but she is such a bitch,
The
man.
redhead, yeah.
Yeah, she really is.
Man, the girl besides the redhead, she's guilty about it. All of them are guilty.
I didn't even notice that. Like they all like they know she's a bitch, but they don't. But she's the queen bee mean girl.
Yeah.
She's running things. They don't want to piss her off. I will say this. Can I get into Lilo a little bit since we're talking about Lilo? I want to get into talking about Lilo right here. The little girl who, as of this recording, she's in her 30s now. She's 34 years old. But let's talk about Lilo for a little bit. Lilo, man, is a complex character for me because she bothers me.
I can see that. I thought that her introduction was kind of brilliant because it really sounded like a kid. She's like, no, I did this and then that. It's like, shut up.
So let me see who the person is that did the voice work for her. I mean, you can look it up if you want to too. But she did a great job with the voice work in this movie, man. And Davine Chase.
Okay.
Davine Chase is, so that's what makes it so complex with Lilo for me, because she really does get on my nerves. I'm sorry, y'all. I know people love this movie, and I'm not saying that there's not a reason behind it, but she's not a good kid. She's a little badass kid.
She's a little monster at some times.
She is. I'm sorry. Let me ask y'all, if Lilo was your kid, would you like that? The way she was behaving at the beginning of this movie? Because I'm going to tell you that she is being a kid, but she is so defiantly annoying.
And reckless.
Yeah. It's one thing to be annoying, but it's one thing to be defiant about it. It's one thing to be reckless, but it's one thing to be defiant about it. And just doing it in front of somebody's face. The person who's trying to help you, you're just doing it in front of them just to show them how much disdain you have for whatever they're trying to do for you at that moment.
You are so finished when I get in there.
It's one thing for somebody to be annoying. It's another thing for them to ignore you while being annoying, or to annoy you because you're ignoring them. Where she's lying on the ground and singing. She sees Nani, which is her big sister. She sees Nani peeking through that damn dog door right there.
And she knows what's at stake.
Yeah, see, that's what bothers me with her character. But let me just say this. The writing in this movie is so funny. And as much of a little monster that she is, the character is so cute. The voice acting is so great that even at her worst moments, man, she still won me over.
Oh man, there's a moment like where she like rushes Nani out of the room so she could pray, and that shit made me sad, man.
Oh man, yeah. Right when you start to just really want to strangle her little ass,
Yeah.
then she does something to show you that she's having it rough, and I just felt bad for her, man. And they'll do something with a gag, or the writing will be so funny that I'm like, hey, all right, you know what? Leave her alone. I'm having a good time. She'll make me laugh. Oh, Lilo, I can't be mad at you. That kind of thing. The reason why it irritates me is because with Lilo, I'm just irritated how difficult she's making life hard for her sister Nani, who's played by the voice work is done by Tia Carrere. First of all, Nani fine as hell.
All the women are fine as hell in this.
Oh, yeah, man.
There's one part where I was like, who the fuck was that? Why did you just shove their ass in the camera?
Oh, she got them thick, big legs right there. She got them turkey legs I love, man.
Those Hawaiian turkey
Them
thighs.
Hawaiian turkey legs right there, man. That's why I think I like turkey legs so much. They remind me of something fine like this. I'll put some pineapples on them legs and eat them up. Man, but so I don't like her treating her fine ass sister like that. Sister too fine to be treated that way. But also, Nani is trying hard. Nani's trying. We all know the story. The parents are gone. There's a tragedy that happened. They died. Nani is the official guardian for little Lilo. And and that's when you say things are at stake. We know that if things don't look good with Nani, then it's going to be bad for Lilo. And like I said, Nani's trying so hard, man. We have the scene where this is the scene that the first thing that made me mad. So Lilo's already been acting crazy at school or at this rehearsal.
Yeah, at the show for her hula dancing. She showed up wet, going all over the stuff for everyone.
Showed up late, wet, disrupting, and everybody's been cool with her. And her instructor said, hey, look, I called your sister, stay here. She's coming to get you. Of course, that's, Lilo being Lilo. She gets her ass up immediately and just runs and disappears. So now Nani's got to go find her.
Lilo! Open the door, Lilo!
Oh, man. This one right here. Let me see. This one really got to me. When she wouldn't open the door and
the social worker was there.
Yeah, I think this might be it.
Lilo, we don't have time for this.
Leave me alone to die.
The social worker's on the way. She's down there acting a fool. Yeah. Also, this is when she was also looking for her at the school when she disappeared. Like she doesn't know where she is. Now she got to run through all the town trying to find her.
You better be home. Hey! Watch where you're going! Stupid head!
Well, I guess we see where Lilo gets it from.
It runs in the family.
Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can kind of see where Lilo's getting it from now. That girl got a temper on her, which makes it even more fine to me. Like she feisty.
Spicy.
Yeah, boy. And she kicked that car with the big old turkey legs.
Yeah, she left a dent.
She did?
Yeah. Oh, you could see a mark on the front bumper.
Wow, man. See, yeah, she should have did.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But see, what's hard about this is that it's putting Lilo in jeopardy, man. And, it's so because if things look bad on Nani, and it looks like she can't do what she's supposed to do, then I guess CPS or whatever they are in here, they're going to come and take Lilo away. And I'm sure Lilo does not want to be taken away to some foster home away from her sister, only relative that she has. But she's not making it easy, man. She continuously makes it worse. And it made me so angry that she was doing it in front of the social worker.
This is Mr. Bubbles.
Did you ever kill anyone?
We're getting off the subject.
I like he didn't deny it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means yes, he's killed somebody. He's killed several people.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you. Are you happy? Disciplined?
Yeah, she disciplines me real good. Sometimes 5 times a day.
She know what she's doing, man. She know what she's doing.
Yeah, but that's what I like about her is that she's being a kid. Like, she doesn't realize what is at stake. She's just like, things will work themselves out. It'll be fine.
Yeah. But at the same time, she's done some other things. Nani has told her, please stop. Otherwise, it's going to be bad for both of us.
And that keeps happening throughout the movie.
Yeah, and it keeps happening. Keeps happening, man. Great casting, though, with Ving Rhames.
Oh, yeah.
Great casting with Ving Rhames and I love that Cobra Bubbles.
Yeah.
More absurd humor rated. They give no reason why he's called Cobra Bubbles.
No, classic threatening guy with the cute name.
Yeah. And I like that because I like that they drew the character to look like Ving Rhames. A big, intimidating figure makes Lilo being taken away look more imposing. But here's the thing. I do understand. I get why Lilo's acting out, man. I do. There's certain things that are happening with her. And I get it, and that's one of the things I want to talk about with Lilo right here, because there's something interesting that's going on with the character years later with certain people that I see in the movie today.
Like there's choices that they made that could have just been seen as absurdist, but then you look more into it and you think about it, it's like, that kind of might be something.
I can see that today. So first of all, I understand why Lilo is acting out. Lilo is lashing out because of trauma. Her parents died in a car wreck, but her also lashing out is making it difficult for the one person who cares for her. And with that, and I want you to understand that this was nothing I was looking for. This is something that I don't know how I came across this, but reading up on this movie, a lot of people, and some people say, "Oh, go your favorite word." No, I'm not trying to make a big deal out of this. I'm not stretching. I'm not reaching. I'm not trying to find something here. This is actually something with this character. So there are people out there, and this is not me, but there are people out there who feel like the character is autistic. And listen, if you were to see it today with the way we see things, it's not like I can't see it, because man, they talk about that she can't get along with other kids. She doesn't socialize very well, which to me was one of the funniest scenes in the movie.
You're crazy.
Bitch!
Fucking gorilla style.
And again, for a Disney movie, that's crazy. Like they would usually cut away and you hear, "Ow, get her off." No, they show her make contact with her face. Yeah, so she can't, they say she does. What, you tore that head up?
They even say that she bit her and all that shit.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't get along or socialize well with other kids. Also, she has certain rituals, or she has patterns of things
weird
that she does.
hyperfixations.
Yeah, like for one, she has this thing that she has to do. If it doesn't happen, it freaks her out. So she has to feed this fish every week, once a week on Thursdays. And it's not even fish food that she's feeding this fish with.
Every Thursday, I take Pudge the fish a peanut butter sandwich.
Pudge is a fish.
And today we are out of peanut butter.
Fish.
It's fish!
See, that's what I'm talking about, her being cute.
Yeah.
And the voice work.
That's what I was talking about, where it was like, that sounds like some shit a kid would say.
Yeah.
On the spectrum or not.
Yeah, and everybody has this look because people now they're responding to the reactions of people in the movie, because she says things and people are kind of like, yeah, what's going on with this kid, man?
If I gave Pudge tuna, I'd be an abomination.
Why is this so important?
Pudge controls the weather.
Be like, this is crazy.
Whose kid is this? Get her out of here.
And that's another thing. They never explain why she thinks that the fish can predict the weather or the future or whatever.
They're like, okay.
Everybody
class is over.
So I think today, people are responding to the patterns that she has, the fixations that she has, the reactions that characters have to her. Also, as you said, she has other fixations in the movie. By the way, that whole thing of feeding the fish. This is why I'm talking about the writing in this movie and how clever this movie is. I love the way they set that up. You remember how they set that up?
What do you mean? What bit? Like her telling the story?
Well, so she's telling the story about why she has to feed this fish, and how she feeds this fish. Before that, during the opening credits, we saw this. And I looked and I was like, why does that fish got a sandwich? And with less experienced writers, or if executives were a little harder, they'd say, well, that's just going to confuse people. And it's like, yeah, so that when we actually hear about the story, it's a big payoff.
Yeah, which this movie has a ton of great payoffs, even all the way into the credits, I would say.
Yeah, I love that. I was like, oh, that's why that fish had that sandwich. Because I was up there looking like, oh, this is beautiful. This fish comes across a peanut butter sandwich. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, and it's a fake ass looking fish too. Like all the other fish look kind of real. And that's just like flounder dipped in orange.
Yeah. Love that, man. Love it. But yeah, she has other obsessions, man.
She does voodoo at one point with like a pickle jar, which is weird as hell.
She says, my friends deserve to die or something.
They need to be punished.
They need to be punished, yeah. And she loves taking pictures, man. But man, the whole thing with taking pictures, I just feel like maybe it's me looking too hard, but I really feel like this movie got away with a lot of things that other Disney movies wouldn't, and I don't know why. I don't know what this director did to these executives. I don't know what he drugged them with or whatever. I don't know how smooth the talker this guy is, but this whole thing with Lilo taking pictures, it's not just pictures, man. She has a whole wall of ass.
Yeah. Voyeuristic stuff.
I mean, one woman bent over right there, ass cheeks.
Oh shit, yeah, right by her mouth.
Yeah. Cakes over there. I mean, you see other pictures of ass over here, people bent over and whatnot, but right here, right by her.
Damn.
Like she said, I'm gonna make sure this is the closest picture to me while I sleep. Ass, y'all. Lilo's an ass woman.
It was a nice way for them to show that pictures mean a lot to her.
Yeah, no, the pictures do play an important part for her because she wants to make sure, because her parents are gone, now she wants to go through and just make sure she documents everything because she's scared of losing moments. Also, she loves things that are unusual for a kid her age. She loves Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was another thing that was cool, that we have a big Elvis soundtrack through this movie.
We can go on together with suspicion.
Did you notice in the background? Look at that.
Oh, it's a Mulan poster.
Yeah, little Easter eggs in here, man. Mulan poster right there. But yeah, that's another cool thing. They put little Disney Easter eggs in there. But yeah, I thought that was funny that she loves Elvis, a little kid that loves Elvis, that they do jokes with Elvis. Elvis is a big part of the soundtrack, but also a lot of people thinking that's unusual for a little kid to be into. So to be honest with you guys, I know that now this is not me saying it. You can look this up online, people saying these things. I'm not really saying that myself. I think that a lot of this is just for humor.
Yeah, she's just being weird.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentionally written for her to be autistic on the spectrum. Like I said, her behavior is because of trauma. As I said, she takes pictures of ass because she's scared of loss. She's scared of she wants to have every moment documented because she doesn't want to lose that moment like she lost her parents. Mm-hmm. You can also see that when she just lashes out at Stitch. Stitch finds that picture of the parents under a pillow, and she feels a way about that.
Be careful of that! You don't touch this! Don't ever touch it!
Well, she told him. It's another thing.
Fine, I'll go do something else, I guess.
There's plenty of other stuff to break in this room. And there he goes too. She wants her real parents. And I think that's another thing that makes her lash out, and the reason why she acts that way towards Nani. She wants a mother and a father. She doesn't want a sister to be her mother and her father. And they even have that talk where she says, "Hey, listen, I want mother and father and sisters yelling at each other.
Mhm.
That's what we're supposed to do. That's our job.
I like you better as a sister than
Yeah, it's that's sad right there. I'd rather have a sister than a mom. I'd rather have you for a sister than my mom.
Yeah.
So there's little things in there for all the reasons that she is lashing out. Maybe she could be on a spectrum. Yeah, it could probably be seen that way. But also, there's just a lot of trauma in her life.
And that scene in particular has so much nuance to it. It's where they establish that there's some specific similarities between her and Stitch or her and her sister, which shows really good writing.
Yeah, it does. And even the whole thing with Elvis. Like, this gets weirder and weirder.
She's like, am I still asleep? I need to get out of here.
This damn thing has been in the house for only 3 hours, and this is already getting weird. But the whole thing with listening to Elvis, and I read about this, it's because that was her mother's record collection.
Ah.
And so she loves Elvis because that's something that lets her, something to remember her mother by.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's, and it's something that's not really heavily said in the movie. It's something where you don't know, or you have to just kind of pick up on it.
Yeah.
I love that the movie's smart enough not to lay that heavy on us.
No, not at all. The way that the music plays into the identity of this movie is really well crafted.
Yeah, no, it is, man. It really is. That's why I have a lot of respect for this movie. But nevertheless, whether you think she's on the spectrum or there's some autism or not, she's become somewhat of a positive figure.
She's a Hawaiian icon to some, I'm sure.
Well, no, in the autistic community.
Oh, okay.
No, in the autistic community, people love Lilo, man.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, so how Lilo from Lilo and Stitch became a neurodivergent icon.
Wow.
You could see people who make videos about her, like this video here, autistic princess profiles right here and whatnot. So she's become somewhat of an autistic hero for people.
It's cool, I guess. I mean,
no, listen, it's cool, man.
Yeah.
This is a beloved movie.
Oh yeah,
people love that character. They don't look at her negatively. They love her. Stitch is another character that I had some conflicting emotions about.
Okay.
Nani has it bad enough with Lilo.
Without a gremlin in the
a damn demon in the house from outer space, but man, because he's a destructive creature by heart. And we already got Lilo running through the house, nailing stuff into the walls and tearing up things and almost burning down the kitchen. But with Stitch though, man, Stitch is there's so much great humor with this character. I love the scene where when we first get introduced, because Stitch gets hit by a car before he's named Stitch, of course. He gets hit by a truck.
Multiple trucks, right?
Yeah. No, it's one truck. He gets run over by multiple times.
Oh, so it was that was one giant truck?
Yeah, it has like an 18-wheeler. It has like a lot of wheels. So
Yeah.
it runs over him several times. And this is what I don't understand. So they find him under the truck and they assume that he's dead. So they take him to the pound. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, they're like, this dog, I guess.
But they thought he was dead. I don't know why they did that. But anyway, he's at the pound and he wakes up. And I love this gag right here. The dog's in the corner is terrified, man.
Look at the dog on the left, got those pixie eyes.
He does. He really does have those pixie eyes. Well, that dog, I thought that too. That dog is look at Pixie and look at that dog on the left. Oh, girl, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I love how Lilo, because they both have this destructive nature, she knows that's the one. That's for me. We're gonna tear this house up.
Does it have to be this dog?
Yes, he's good. I can tell.
I love it too that you got gross out humor. He's eating his own snot and boogers and everything.
No hands, too.
No hands. Well,
Talented.
That's a talented puppy right there. Yeah, that's another thing. This is sometimes it seems like it's very much anti-Disney humor. You know, like,
I love that it's like pushing up the nose, like
Man,
it's
hey.
so deep in there.
hey, if you gonna pick up there, pick a winner. You know, I love it that this, you know, sometimes it seems like this is very anti-Disney humor, man.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because I was telling you my favorite part is where Stitch takes a gun and presses it against the temple of a frog.
Damn, he's gangster with that shit too. Hey, bitch!
I don't know how that's not a meme. Like, it's so funny.
Break yourself, fool! And Stitch is just so destructive, man, and it's really aggressive for a family film. I like when he went crazy on the beach and then he just picked up a dude and just tossed his ass. You remember that?
Yeah, during that montage.
Get your ass out of there.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes where they spray Stitch with water, and he hates that
he's
shit.
he's like Frankenstein with fire. I love it though. He just, I love the way he just tossed his ass. Bet you squirted.
Went right for that ass.
Threw his ass off screen. Oh, there's, you know, it's just these surprising outbursts of violence that happen, man.
You know, the hours are just not conducive to the challenges of raising a child.
But making these characters so chaotic is, and it's important that they set this up, because I'm talking about how it's silly, absurd. Some of these things happen out of nowhere, but this is necessary because this makes the movie so much stronger when we get to those points where it has to be emotional.
And none of it feels random. Like,
No.
it's not like just like, oh, I'm doing this silly, wacky thing. Like, even when he sets up that really intricate model of a city, it's because he was watching the movie, I think it was Them.
Yeah,
Is
somehow,
that-
I don't know what it was.
Or some old
It was a black and white B movie where the
giants-
creature was walking through the city.
Yeah, destroying a city. And then we see him reenact that.
Yeah, he's just doing things that he's reenacting to, or doing things that he feel like it's his nature.
Mhm.
It's his DNA to be that way. But that's what makes it so powerful when he starts to come around. You know, it makes those emotional moments so much stronger. You know, as if the character, you know, it was almost as if the characters were made to be unlikable, so that when they have a real breakthrough and when they do turn around, it really does have an impact. You start to understand that the movie is about loss, and the themes here are about loss, whether you have lost somebody or it because you feel lost, because you have no one. That this is one of the first real emotional moments in the movie. You know, the one that really hits, where we have Stitch bring a book to Lilo. And I love it because he's still kind of an animal. He still kind of has these little dog-like natures, but he's also wanting her to read this book to him. And this is where we really start to realize the loneliness that Stitch is feeling.
He's sad because he's all alone and nobody wants him. And on this page, his family hears him crying. We find him. Then the ugly duckling is happy.
You know, and this is where you realize that also Stitch is acting out, because he's not only that he's designed to be that way, he's empty inside. Man, one of the moments in the movie that really choked me up, and this has stuck with me to this day. Sometimes I even say this line, is when he's out. So he sees in the book the ugly duckling crying in the forest, saying, "I'm lost," and then the family comes to get him, and he feels like, well, that's what I need to do. I need to go out to the woods, and maybe if I do what that ugly duckling did, maybe somebody will come out and take me and show me love and accept me. Man, and that's such an emotional scene, because you see that he's not completely bad, but also when he does that, he's hurting and no one's going to answer.
Mm-mm.
Like, no one comes to him immediately. And, you know, I think that it's cool that they didn't milk that scene any further. That says a lot right there, just being in the center of that shot all alone. That's a powerful shot right there.
And the scene right before that, they do a good job of breaking it down for the audience, even if you're not going to be thinking about that. They put it out there explicitly.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and these scenes, stand out in the film that feels like it's not taking itself seriously most of the time. That's why they work so well, man. We even have scenes in here where it looks like the characters are meant to overact on purpose, act badly on purpose, or act fake on purpose. There's a scene with that little bitch, that little redhead bitch. But man, I love that girl too. They make me love all these characters, man. I love this scene because this is where I think Stitch comes in and bike jacks her or scooter jacks her or whatever, and the little redhead's reaction when that happens just made me laugh so hard.
That is the ugliest thing I have ever saw. Yeah. Somebody do something.
I love it. I love that. Wah! Not even crying.
No.
Wah! Somebody do something. And also the girls behind her like, yeah. I love that, man. And the movie really is absurd when it wants to be. Because they do some things that don't even make sense.
Oh, some?
Oh, a lot. But I don't know, man. I mean, you can still look, it's not meant to be questioned. It's meant to not make sense. It's almost part of the gag. And even though logically it doesn't make sense, it fits the movie perfect. I'm speaking of this scene in particular.
Stick around town and stay out of the roads, okay? Oh.
We're watching a black and white B movie that's live action.
Mm-hmm.
Human beings. So what is it, like Roger Rabbit do tunes and real humans exist in this world? It doesn't make sense, but that's the joke right there. It's just, it's part of the movie's humor. And I think, again, that's just a stylistic thing with this.
Definitely a stylistic choice for sure. And it doesn't seem too out of place. Like it doesn't fuck anything up. No. Like I said, it fits this movie perfectly.
You talked about these characters earlier, Jumba and Pleakley. Pleakley, who's voiced by Kevin McDonald. If you're as old as I am, Kevin McDonald from Kids in the Hall and a few other movies throughout the 90s and early 2000s.
Did you read anything interesting about that guy, the skinny penis alien?
No, what about him?
Some people were telling me that apparently that was one of the first gay icon characters, which I thought at first was a little bit of a stretch, but there are some scenes like where it kind of leans into it a little bit because he's cross-dressing. I don't think it's like that far, but like I can see where they would gather that from.
You can call this a stretch if y'all want to. You can call this looking into it too much. I do think they insinuate that that character is gay. Mm-hmm. And again, nothing you can say for sure. You don't have to say it, but you can make a point that maybe. But I mean, it doesn't matter. Maybe he's gay, maybe he's not. It's a funny gag.
Yeah.
And I think that they do a lot of funny gags with this character, man.
I mean, the only thing really that we haven't talked about was that there was a lot of stuff in there that felt reminiscent of like stuff like Looney Tunes. Like at one point, like there's what does he say? The guy's all like, "Why you?"
Oh yeah, he's like Yosemite saying, "Why?" There was a couple of times somebody told Stitch, "Why you?" Yeah. And you pointed out. And at first, I wasn't saying that. I didn't mean to shoot you down. I wasn't saying that it wasn't a good observation. I would say I don't know if the animators meant that. Maybe they did, but it is very much a Looney Tunes joke where, who was it? He stuck a carrot in somebody's gun.
Someone shoves a carrot in someone's gun, and it doesn't. And it like they start passing it back and forth.
Man, there's a big Looney Tunes moment in here between Jumba and Stitch where it's almost like a rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season. Yeah, it's when they're in the house. And they stick something in the gun. A carrot. And they're trying to pass it off to each other before the carrot explodes.
They want my dog.
There's no need to look at noise. Everything's under control.
Lilo, who was that?
Oh, good. My dog found the chainsaw.
That's a great line in the movie, man. And again, they're doing violent things. He's found a chainsaw.
Throwing cars.
I I mean, he's running ahead like Leatherface,
I was
man.
just gonna say that's like the end of Texas Chainsaw.
And I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I don't want to say it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was going crazy like Leatherface.
Oh,
from the
yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Shouldn't play with guns. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas. It's not Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Love that.
I know that. No, that's a great moment, man. I love that.
Hearing that alien say Hanukkah is amazing. Couple Hanukkah.
One potato. My mother. Me. You are it. Irene.
Their house gets so up and it looks so real. Like even before it blows up, like the hole in it, it's very realistic destruction.
I know. I felt bad for that house, man. I felt like this poor woman, this poor kid, man. But yeah, man. You know, this movie, it's weird in the best way possible.
Definitely.
But it still has so much heart, and that's the secret of it, man. You know, it's not so edgy that it's lost the core emotions that people really respond to in traditional Disney movies that made them so memorable, man. That's the center of some of the best Disney storytelling. So yeah, this is a high full price, this movie right here. I mean, of course, that's why it's a classic, but just watching it again, and if I had to give a rating on it, if I had seen this for the first time, I'd be like, yeah, this is high full price.
Yeah, it's definitely a full price for me. And I think what's so cool about this movie is it has the emotional core that you're talking about. But the way that it ends is it's like the executives got to have their cake and eat it too, because the ending sets up a ton of stuff and it's directed so well that it feels like there is closure at the end, but still some very open-ended stuff. And that montage is amazing.
Oh, and it shows that he's just a part of the family now. Yeah. I just want to see if I'm correct about a little fun fact here.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even bring up like the most infamous thing about the movie.
Oh, 9/11.
Yeah, how they had to change the whole ending and there's like the setting changes and the ship changed.
Mm-hmm.
All of it did.
Yeah. A lot of things had to change when 9/11 happened, and Lilo and Stitch was one of them.
Yeah, instead of like the plane going in between two buildings, which went from a plane to a spaceship, it was like between the two mountains.
Yeah. It's a little fun fact for you. For those of you who didn't know this, but some of you probably do. So the original concept for Lilo and Stitch was supposed to land, instead of Hawaii, he was supposed to land in the forest, or at least supposed to not land where humans were. Mm. He was supposed to land where animals are. And he was supposed to try to connect with these animals and live among them. And when the story was being pitched, one of the executives was saying, well, animals, their lives are alien to humans anyway, in a way. So it's best that Stitch interacts with some people, some actual human beings. But that concept was applied to something later of an alien type being or some kind of creature hanging out with a bunch of animals. So the director, or one of the directors of Lilo and Stitch, the original, went on to direct The Wild Robot, which took that concept of this being landing in the forest and hanging out and connecting with wildlife. So just thought I'd put that out there for you. Or would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it. And check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon, where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.